So today I decided I think it's time to cut down some of these asters and goldenrod that are back here. You know, they're just making this into too much of a forested area that we specifically opened up so that it doesn't look forested. And those are just a little bit too tall. I decided that, I want to be able to see what's going on behind that in the Palangeau Park. So I'm going to do a little bit of work on that today. All right, I think that looks a little bit better now. You can actually see the blue chairs and you can see behind into the forest. It's not covering the forest. Still got some lovely daylilies, these orange ones back here, and there's some cool little purple ones. Well, they're like magenta, I think. Anyway, we'll look at them from the other side. All right, so now you see this from the other side, and look at these lovely daylilies over here that you really couldn't see, and they're not going to get any bigger, so I want to see them. So anyway, those will be coming out and more plentiful in the days to come. This area also is getting a little bit too big, and you know, I had planted these goldenrods here last year, and I may keep those too, but there's just a bunch of other stuff that's kind of growing around, and I want to get those out of the way. Time for an update on our Zen Garden pathway and well, what's been going on there in the last week. And the answer to that is a lot of nothing. This has probably been one of the most frustrating things that Frank and I have had to deal with in our many years in this house. Mostly because, you know, we've always managed to get the things done that we wanted to get done. And what's happening this time is, so they fixed the foundation wall, you know, in the basement, dug that big hole up along the side in order to do that, and it essentially they left a lot of dirt, but what they left behind was a lot of mud and clay, because they took like some of the dirt that was on top of it. They took some of it away because they thought maybe we didn't need that much. Well, it turns out we really kind of did need that much, because in order to flatten the area out so that we can get our air conditioning units back in, that needs to be removed. All the clay needs to be removed, and we need to get new dirt. And so this is something that Jonathan, our guy who put in our path originally, then took it out because we needed it to be taken out for the work to be done. He is supposed to come back to do that. So here's where the big frustration lies. We have sent Jonathan at least 5 texts in the last week, and 2 phone messages asking for him to just give us an idea when he's going to come back to do that work, because we need to get the air conditioning units back in. Next week it's supposed to be back into the mid-90s and humid, which can be pretty unbearable here in the Chicago area. Even with the trees, it gets very hot and humid here. And we haven't heard from him. And that is, to me, pretty unreasonable. And we had also we'd gotten a message and a contact from Permaseal, who worked on our basement, and they wanted to know how everything was. And, we said, great, except that they left all this dirt and mud and clay and gook. And so the guy said, wow, that doesn't seem right. Give me 24 hours. I will, get back to you, and we'll see, what we can do about it. Well, 24 hours passed. Actually, now it's about 36 hours, and we still haven't heard back from them. So we continue to be in this position of not being able to have that work completed. We're in kind of a dire situation with regard to, we're going to need those air conditioning units. Otherwise, we're going to have to go out of town, which seems not right. But just a little frustrated with what's happening in the work zone, and it's been really tough. It's been really tough on me personally, and because I really want that area to be cleaned up and get back to where it was at the start of the spring. So yeah, and I want to thank so many of you that have either verbally when I see you or in your messages have shown a lot of empathy for what we've been through. I mean, I know we've been talking about this for weeks now, but I do appreciate all your care and your concern, and your recognizing that, what we're going through is it's rough, and it's very frustrating. So I really do appreciate that feedback. So anyway, that's what's been going on there. Hopefully I'll have better news to report on it next week. So one of the things that we decided to do is to go over to our friends Jeff and Lauren's house to check out their garden. So what I'm adding this week is almost a little field trip for Palangeau Park. We're going to what I call the Morbillo Park, but it's really not. It's Jay and Owl's farm, I guess you could say, Jeff and Lauren's farm, and the Morbillo Preserve, because they do an incredible job of preserving so many different things. And so we headed up over there just in time to get there before the next storm arrived. So look at Jeff and Lauren's wonderful garden. There's Frank, but look at the incredible stuff that they have here. We don't grow a lot of vegetables in Palangeau Park, but in the Morbillo Park, they've got quite the selection.
See our owls that scare away the...
They have owls that scare away things.
You also have fencing.
And this fencing was quite a project to put together, but it works really well. It's rabbit fencing, so it's really small holes on the bottom.
Oh yeah, look at that.
And they get larger as you go up. We've never had anything come in here.
Well, we have a hawk that eats owls.
Oh.
Well, you saw that. You saw the hawk.
Yeah, we've had some hawks too.
What is that? Your water supply, you say?
The rain thing.
So the rain gathers on top of the roof, comes in here, fills up, and then we have watering cans, and we just shuttle them back and forth. I do a 2-can system, so I water with one while I'm filling.
Oh.
Composters. Gets in there.
You have composters too, Jeff, huh?
Oh, yeah. 2 composters.
Wow.
We went to Birds Unlimited. We bought the set. We didn't buy. We bought all the pieces we
look
wanted.
Look at that.
So she's got her 3 different kinds, and they come like crazy. And the squirrels don't go on the thing. And we bought the little bird for the top.
Yeah, you know what? I have one of those there, but it's too big for the stand.
I saw your video of that. There's a nut that goes on there that you're missing.
We couldn't push it far. Did you take it back yet?
There's a nut that goes on the rod.
Yeah. Oh.
You put it on the rod, then you tighten that, and then the thing sits on top of it.
Oh.
I noticed you guys playing with it.
So it's not just the okay.
And
You'll have to
these
look
are
in
all native Illinois prairie plants. They're going to grow amongst the fire pit.
Yeah.
Out in the distance too. Another Birds Unlimited hook out there for the hummingbirds.
Is that
Which
the
one?
Out by us?
Out there.
Oh yeah, I have that one too.
Oh,
yeah.
and he has that. Let's look at that. He has kind of the thing you had.
saw your makeshift one.
Yeah, and it seems to work. They're not. I haven't seen
Yeah, the
anybody up
birds
there.
sit on that thing.
They do.
Okay, so there's a little
Here.
thing in the center here. Yeah, I see it now. It's a window.
So they could be eating it.
Oh, we can't really see out there. Oh, you didn't see my Prisbillo Prairie flag out there. It's all flipped over.
This one?
If it wasn't in the wind, it says Prisbillo Prairie.
Ah.
And then our little sign on the thing that rounds on says J&L Farms.
Oh.
J&L.
J&L.
Oh.
And you know where the
Then-
are.
Then more storms appear. Holy cow, look at the rain.
Yeah, and there was a lot of trucks. They descended from Wisconsin. Like all these companies came and there were tons of trees and they went into it.
Wow.
Like, I guess you can't.
I always loved rain because I live on a corner and it just like waters everything.
The storms. That storm, by the way, did end up bringing more tornadoes to the area, and specifically to the town of Bartlett, where Jeff and Lauren live. So we were in the house when there were tornadoes apparently very, very close to us that created all kinds of havoc. Again, this is like the second week in a row this has happened to that particular town, but we were fine while we were there and didn't really, I mean, it was very, windy and rainy and all, but we were safe. So yeah, so that's what's going on in and around the Chicago area, specifically Chicago suburbs and the Palangeau Park, and really hoping for some better reports for next week. So until then, see ya.